Good morning and welcome to another episode. Well, we've got a glorious day ahead of us on Moreton Bay, and I've got a whole bunch of soft plastics in my kit, and I've headed across to Mud Island, hoping for a few squire. Let's get into it. This is the little soft plastic that I'm starting out with. Got it rigged on a 1/4 ounce 3/0 jig head. It's one of the Rapala Crush Cities. Just pulled up for another drift, and there's some, I think they're tuna or mackerel behind us, just busting up big time. So I've got a slug on this rod. I've just pinned it straight into them. Fingers crossed we can get a hook up. Not entirely sure what they are, but they're big fish. I'll jump back on the soft plastic because we're going over some good ground at the moment, but I'll leave that rod there ready to rock and roll if we do happen to see those fish pop up again. Going to give the clone prawn a bit of a go, a little bit of Procure here. Oh, bitten off. Could be a mackerel. Literally felt nibble, nibble, and that was it, done. Put the slug down just in case that's what they are. There's a bite. Bitten off again. Yeah, they're definitely mackerel, I'd say. On that drift, 2 soft plastics. Not that I'm fishing heavy, only 14 pound, but both just sliced straight through the leaders, so. I'll drive back up on that little patch, and this time instead of dropping a soft plastic down there, I'm just gonna rip a slug through it and see if we can't hook one. Oh, straight away. I hadn't even started winding that yet, and it just grabbed it on the drop. I'm thinking it's a mackerel. Just funny how it ate it on the drop, really. I just kind of wasn't expecting that. I was waiting for it to hit the bottom and start cranking, and it just took off. It's not a mackerel, it's a snapper. I did not see this coming, not one bit. And that is a lovely fish. I'll take him out of the net and give you a look at him. Well, that's the lure that did the damage. A little 25-gram slug. And I was a little bit suspicious when it took off that, I don't know, I've never caught a mackerel on the drop like that, but as it turns out, it wasn't a mackerel, it's a nice snapper. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. First fish of the morning, I'm pretty chuffed with that. Lovely Mud Island snapper on a mackerel slug. Did not expect that one little bit. See there on the cooler bag, he's 63 centimetres, thereabouts. He'll definitely do nicely for a feed, that one, so I'll treat him well and I'll get him on some ice. All right, I know we caught a snapper on the mackerel slug, but I'm gonna stick with the prawn imitation. There's a bite. There we go, snipped off by another mackerel. I put a slug down there. I know it sounds silly when we're getting bitten off by so many mackerel, but I am going to persevere with the soft plastic, knowing that there's snapper in the area like the one that we just caught. I am quite tempted to catch another fish like that. There we go. Oh, did I get him? Got him. What is it? This might be a mackerel, I think. Don't know. Whatever it was, it jumped out of the water and spat the hook. All right, we're on those fish. Just going to anchor lock. You getting a few, mate? Yep. Any size of the tailor? Yep. Yeah, nice. I kept getting bitten off on the soft plastic, so I threw a slug out and caught a snapper. You just can't pick it some days, can you? You got one on now? No. Bitten off. I'm gonna go through some gear today, I reckon. Try for a snapper again. I'm likely going to get bitten off on this soft plastic, but if I can somehow get it past the mackerel, there's every chance I'll get another snapper. Bitten off straight away. This is just crazy. I think there's only one thing for it, and that's to stick with that slug. Okay, I've moved closer into Mud Island, and the plan is that we want to catch sweetlip and snapper and not get snipped off by mackerel. I'm not too sure how we're going to go, but fingers crossed that we've managed to get away from them. What do we got here? Yellow tail pike. It's that time of year where these start to come into the bay in numbers, coming into the cooler months. Oh, that fish ate it on the drop. I'm hoping that's a snapper. Feels like it. Not as big as the last one, but he feels okay. Just a little pinky. And gives me a bit of confidence in moving from that first spot into the shallower water here. He's only a small fish and he'll be going back, but it's a good sign. You can see the clone prawn there in his mouth, which is actually my last clone prawn that I've got on board. All the rest got snipped off by the mackerel, but I'm happy with that. It's a good sign. We'll get him back in the water and hopefully we'll get his big brother. Oh, yep. There we go. That's a better snapper. I'm just going to anchor lock us here because I think there might be a couple of fish there looking at the sounder. There you go, guys, second good fish for the morning. And I'll let this one go because we got plenty of meat on that first fish that we caught, but they're great fun in the shallows, these Mud Island squire. All right, there was a few fish on the sounder just then when I hooked that fish, so halfway through the fight I put anchor lock on. Hopefully we're still on them. It was definitely worthwhile moving away from those mackerel. Since then we've managed to keep our soft plastic attached to the line, which in the first spot that we went to was near on impossible. The pants pulled down. That prawn's a little worse for wear, but it's my last one as the mackerel stole all my others, so I'm going to do my best to keep him going. Oh, yep, there we go. Only a little fish. Could have sworn that was a squire, but no. Filthy big Moreton Bay grinner. The way he sort of hit it on the drop, I thought, here we go, a little pinky, but no. Filthy grinner. There we go, first little grassy sweet lip for the morning. Only a small little fella, but wouldn't mind catching a few more of these. All right, last cast in this spot, and then we're going to spot number one where those mackerel were, and we'll see out the morning in that area whether it's snapper or whether it's mackerel or whether it's nothing. We'll have one last crack there and it'll be home time. All right, last spot for the morning. I'd love to nail another snapper like that one that we got first up. We'll see what happens. All right, time to lose another slug to those fish. Surely we'll pin one in the top of the jaw or something sooner or later and manage to get one to the boat. There we go. Ah, dropped him. There we go. Finally, the plan has worked. They're not real big fish, but these will be a bit of fun if I can get into a few. He's only a little fella. Well, there you have it. Little mackerel, that's what's been stealing my soft plastics this morning. There's plenty of them there. I'll let him go and we'll try and catch another. Drive back onto that spot. There seems to just be a small concentration of them. There's plenty there in the area, but unless you're right on the spot, you won't have much luck, I don't think. There we go. That was on the drop. I just wonder if this is a mackerel or another snapper. That's really funny. I've never caught a snapper on a slug until this morning, and I've just been doing a retrieve with this slug for the mackerel, like a burn and kill style retrieve, and that was fluttering down to the bottom, and that little pinky, he snavelled it up. There you go, maybe the first one wasn't a fluke after all. There we go, fish straight away. It's not real big. It's a grinner, that's why. Hopefully not another grinner. Feels a little bit bigger. Hasn't pulled any drag though. Baby mackerel. Whoop. Came off the hook nice and easy. Okay, seeing as there seems to be plenty of mackerel around, this will have to surely be worth a go on the way back to the boat ramp. Just going to slowly approach it and grab my rod and get myself ready. Oh, bust ups. Just about on the mark too. Oop, get around. I hate it when the braid gets stuck around the tip. That always makes me so nervous, especially if a fish was to grab it. There's some decent fish here, eh? Oh, that, I didn't, did I? Managed to find my way onto the tripod. There we go. Only a little fella again. Oh boy, they're tiny. Oh no, it's a tailor. Yeah, okay. I didn't expect that. I was thinking it was a tiny mackerel, but there we go. Nice little tailor. Well, that brings me to the end of another episode. I've had an awesome morning playing out around Mud Island. Never did I expect to catch a snapper like that on a mackerel slug, and that certainly was the highlight. If you've been enjoying my content, do me a massive favour and subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to seeing you out on the water soon.